Samantala po, tungayan naman natin na naging panayam ni Sir Mike Cohen kay Loida Lewis at narito po ang kanilang naging pag-uusap.
President Obama will be very pleased that we have come to an agreement on this expanded visiting forces agreement. First of all, from the point of view of America, it is also for their interests that their power and authority, in a way, remains in Asia since they are world power. Number two, it is also good for the Philippines. As you know, China has been stretching its arms and is slowly trying to get into our territory. The reason for this is that it has been found out we have billion barrels of oil and we have trillion cubic feet of natural gas. And suddenly, because of this, China is being very aggressive, and is even threatening our own Marines in Sierra Madre. So, this expanded visiting forces agreement, China may have to think twice if they are just going to bully us, because behind us is Big Brother America.
When you think of, for someone like me who grew up in Palawan, I'm from the area, I've been to Kalayaan, I've seen the Scarborough Shoal. One other aspect, of course, is food security, because this is the fishing grounds of roughly 70% of our fishing grounds are in this area, from Luzon all the way down to Palawan. What does it mean to Filipino Americans when they think about that? That it's almost like a starvation genocide if they blockade the people from going to fish, which is happening now. Is there anything aside from a letter that Filipino Americans are doing right now? I know you've done things in the past. Are you continuing those efforts to lobby Congress?
Well, we are lobbying in Congress, the United States Congress. We have already several, groups of senators and congressmen, both Democrat and Republican, who are against this hegemony, this imperialistic action of China. Not only because they are depriving our fishermen of fish, but because they are doing something that has no basis in international law. They're starting to become really a rogue state, almost, doesn't care, that China doesn't care whether they are, within the United Nations UNCLOS, Convention of the Law of the Sea or not. So, it is putting them in a bad light. And for us Filipino Americans, it is important to internationalize this issue.
Do you feel that there's something more that can be done beyond that? There's not a ship in the U.S. Navy that does not have a Filipino American crewman. Do you also see that from Filipino Americans who are service members in the U.S. Armed Forces? Are they supported as well?
Yes, of course. The Filipino Americans in the armed forces are totally on the side of the United States, because it is to the interest of the United States to keep a peaceful Southeast Asia. So they are servicemen, so they are following their commander-in-chief. But at the same time, they are also Filipinos or Filipino Americans, and therefore there is an element of affinity towards this issue of the South China Sea or the West Philippine Sea.
When we go in, my last question on this topic will be, President Obama's term is coming to, a wrap, towards an end, just about
He still has 2 years, 2.5 years.
The DNC is talking about Hillary Clinton as a likely contender. Do you feel Filipino Americans will support her moving forward for continuity?
Well, even during the time of the primary, there were a lot of support already for her among the Filipino Americans. I, for one, campaigned for Hillary Clinton and not for Barack Obama. Of course, when she lost the primary, she herself supported Barack Obama, and so all of us did. And so for Filipino Americans, Hillary Clinton had come and visited the Philippines, as a Secretary of State. For her to run as President of the United States is high time. And I think it is good for the Philippines if she becomes President, the first woman President of the United States.